More with a warranty. Got James Brown with a coat on. Woo! So hot. So hot here. Rest in peace to one of Nelly's dancers that has passed away. Yeah, that was actually in that video. But tonight we have the game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics. Now, to set the trend in the story, you got to know how these teams got here. Boston got there playing really tough defense and really good team basketball and made it to the finals. The Warriors, not many people thought the Warriors were going to be the Warriors, and they surprised a lot of people and they played really good basketball. Jordan Poole has emerged as an upcoming superstar. Andrew Wiggins has looked really great. Kevon Looney. I mean, they've gotten a lot of support. Clay, Draymond, and Steph definitely have gotten a lot of support from these young guys. Mentored them up. Have confidence and belief in these guys. They have belief in themselves now. This is a different Golden State Warriors team. Game 1, the Warriors ended up losing game 1, and it ended up being an over the total number of points for both teams. And then game 2, the Warriors played a dominant game and dominated pretty much the whole way through, and wasn't really even a close game. Tonight, the game is in Boston, so it's gonna be electric. The fans there in Boston are gonna be cheering on the Celtics tonight. I mean, it's gonna have a different type of feel. This is the finals. And it's not the first time the Celtics have been in the finals. Bird, Bill Russell, Kevin McHale, Danny Ainge, all those guys. Pistol Pete, Bob Cousy. I mean, we go on and on and on and on about the Celtics' legacy of being the only team with the most consecutive finals appearances. Okay, those people that want to tout and love LeBron. LeBron went to a team that also the Lakers that are also no stranger to the NBA Finals. But I like the hire of Darvin Ham for the Lakers, so we'll see how that works itself out. And obviously, Mike Brown, I think, is obviously the coach as well for the Sacramento Kings. So the Pacific Conference is going to be it's going to be interesting, to say the least, going forward for the future of the NBA basketball. Now into tonight's game here. Let's give you a little overview. Obviously, on the Celtics side here, they're the home side. So they got Tatum, you got Jaylen Brown, you got Al Horford, you got Marcus Smart. I mean, those guys do a remarkable job of playing well, well-oiled and efficient basketball. Then you got, Grant Williams, you got your Peyton Pritchard, you got your Derek White, you have your Robert Williams, the Time Lord, Daniel Dice. It's just, hey, the Celtics, man, they're just these guys that want to grit and want to work it out and gonna play tough. They play team defense, they play within themselves, but they can also hit threes. They're efficient from 3-point line. Play good defense, hit a bunch of threes, and man, it's hard. That's hard. That's hard to beat right there. If somebody's playing great defense on you and they're just draining threes on you, and you can't make any shots, I mean, that's gonna be tough. And that's where Boston, lays its bread and its butter. There, you know. And then you have the Warriors side. You obviously got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. But you have the likes of Jordan Poole, Kevon Looney, Andrew Wiggins, Otto Porter Jr., Gary Payton the second, the glove, the glove mitt. We're just gonna call him the mitt right now. 'Cause he's toit like a mitt. He's toit like a mitt. And that's part of why the Warriors won Game 2 was the defense and Gary Payton too coming back into to playing after that horrendous injury he suffered in the series against the Grizzlies. That was really tough. That was a really tough injury for him. But now it's good for him to come back and play solid defense and contribute. And you got obviously you got Iguodala, but then you got Moses Moody, you got Jonathan Kaminga, you got Bajamum, you got and you have so you have some young pieces for the Warriors that are they're starting to build that team again. When the Warriors were really dominant is when they had a solid team, and they had a bunch of guys. They got Leandro Barbosa as part of the coaching staff. He was part of the guys like Andre Iguodala, who's obviously still playing with the Warriors and possibly get into coaching aspects and be part of the coaching staff. I think if they win this one here, I think Iguodala goes to the sunset, and maybe he goes into coaching because he seems to like to mentor the guys like Jordan Poole and like Clay and those guys, and Jordan Poole is really really stuck it out and become his own. Andrew Wiggins is NBA fucking all star now. They're still missing Jonathan Wiseman, so once they get him back, that's another big. The Warriors are gonna be set here. Um, so tonight, I think it's gonna be another solid game. But again, it's the pace and how it's gonna go. Does certain teams come out? Does a certain team, does that Boston defense, find a way, adjust to what the Warriors did in Game 2? Or is this going to be a tough game where it's going to be a close shootout? Or is it going to be, defensive, low scoring affair? And, both teams, But I will give you my take on who I'm taking and who I think is going to win the game later on. We got some early baseball to talk about right now. We had early baseball to speak of. So let's get into some updates here. The Fresh and Funky Sports update. All right, today here, so far we already have a final in the Detroit Tigers and the Pittsburgh Pirates here. The Detroit Tigers win 3-1. Let's say Will Vest gets the win. Will Crowell gets the loss, and Gregory Soto gets the win. He gets his 12th save, or not the win. He gets his 12th save of the season. And the Royals are leading in the bottom of the sixth here, 6-3, with a runner on third, one out. MJ Melendez is 1-3. He has a double, 2 RBIs, and a run. And that's my catcher, man. I picked him up. I had to drop Joey Bart. So there's some fantasy notes for you people. I had to drop Joey Bart. He's getting recalled. He's going to go play with the Sacramento River Cats. It's about an hour or so away up north of me. But he hasn't really done very well. And Kurt Castellanos has been playing very well. So, and they got to make room for I think he needs to just go down there, maybe refine the tools again, and maybe just maybe you know He'll be the guy that they drafted him in back. He was the second pick in the 2018 draft, and obviously the sudden retirement of Buster Posey. And everybody thought, well, including myself, I thought Joey Bart was going to step in and really do a good job, but he has not. So maybe we'll see Joey Bart here, after he gets some, maybe goes down a little bit, he gets sent down, and then comes back up, and that really turns it, that turns that competitive juices on in him to where it'll make him be the best catcher, that he could be, and be that potential, man. I mean, when you're that high, when you're that like top high pick, man, you don't want to, you don't want to flatten out, you don't want to fizzle out, because you know who wants to be called a bust? I mean, do you think any of those guys that played NFL football, NBA, want to be? Did they want to be bust? No, they thought they were going to be number one pick, and when they were going to be the most shiniest thing, and the greatest thing since sliced bread. But it just didn't work out, and that's just life. Sometimes you're getting high praise and this and that, and then things don't flare and work out. But then you go somewhere else and do something else, and hey, boom, there you go. I mean, it's you know. All right, so we got two outs now. Looks like Carlos Santana up to bat here, 2 for 2, a run and a walk. That means NJ Melendez, he must have struck out here, so that's okay. But let's run down the other games that are on the slate today. We had the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Cincinnati Reds. Reds have been on a roll, and they're 12-15 at home. The Diamondbacks are 12-15 away, so that's kind of a, I don't know, eerie. And 76 degrees, possible thunder showers. I don't know, so maybe this game gets delayed. Got delayed a couple times yesterday. Then we got the Mariners and the Astros. I mean, this series has been good. I mean, both teams have won a game, so we'll see how the Mariners and Astros handle it. They got Jose Jose Urquidy on the mound today, and Logan Gilbert is on the mound for the Mariners. So I mean, Urquidy has a 4.76 ERA, and Gilbert's got a 2.22. But that doesn't mean nothing at any time. Guys can be good, or guys can just suck. All right, we get to the next game, the Nationals and the Marlins. Sandy Alcantara is on the bump today, and Josiah Gray. Josiah Gray is 6-4 with a 4.71 ERA. Probably the best pitcher in the in the Nationals rotation right now. Because yesterday, John Adon, and I don't mean Drake's son Adon, because Drake's son Adon could probably pitch better than the Nationals, or the Street Fighter character Adon could probably pitch better than that guy did yesterday. And that was my lock of the day yesterday. My lock pick of the day yesterday was the Marlins on the run line, and they won 12-2, or was it 12-4, something like that. I mean, they definitely didn't have to sweat it out. And so you got Sandy Alcantara, really strong pitcher. He's 6-2 with a 1.81 ERA, pitching at home. I mean, it's not looking good for the Nationals today. Hopefully, Josiah will be pitching just as lights out, but you never know. Then we have the Cubs and the Orioles. Jordan Lyles versus Marcus Stroman. Then we have the St. Louis Cardinals versus Tampa Rays. Well, the Rays had a walk-off last night. Tyler Wells in a walk-off 3-run shot to hit the foul. Hit the foul pole, but as long as it hits it in fair territory, hits the foul. then it is a home run, baby, and a game winning for them Rays, and they definitely need it because they got to compete with the Yankees, which they're red hot right now. And let's get into the Rangers and Guardians. We got Shane Bieber versus Danny Dunning. Shane Bieber last outing, he had a, so he's 3-3 now in the season. 3 wins, 3 losses. He has a 3.12 ERA. So he's getting better here. And in Ohio, just like the Reds game, it's threatening there to be some sort of thunderstorm, showers maybe. I mean, could possibly be a delay in the game. So have to keep an eye on it. But Shane Bieber is pitching well as of late. Then we have the Oakland Athletics and the Atlanta Braves. Low scoring game here yesterday. Braves won 3-2. Ian Anderson is on the mound for the Atlanta Braves with a 4-3 record, and he has a 4.70 ERA. And then the A's are sending out Kungi, Akuga. I don't know. Can't really say his name, but he's probably either a bullpen guy or just some guy that they had to bring up because maybe somebody in the rotation got hurt. Needless to say, that's probably not a good combination. Moving on, we have the Yankees and the Twins. We got Nestor Cortez, nasty Nestor. This man is throwing some filthiness. He's pitching, lights out right now. 5-1 record with a 1.50 ERA. So I mean, he is, he's not giving up many runs. He's doing his thing on the mound. He's like the maestro out there. He's orchestrating, and the Yankees are getting wins when he's out there pitching. The opposing pitcher is Chris Archer. He's 0-2, 3.89. He's no stranger to the New York Yankees. He pitched for the Tampa Bay Rays. So, and they're playing this game is in Minnesota. So, and Yankees generally sometimes have a little trouble with the Twins, but I don't know. Yankees have been kind of hot as of late, so I wouldn't want to be the person to bet against them tonight. We have the Dodgers and the White Sox. Johnny Cueto is on the mound for the White Sox, and Tony Gonsolin is on the mound for the Dodgers. Dodgers lost last night. They got blanked. They got blanked by the White Sox here, and the White Sox ended a skid here. So, could they possibly get another win, go on a winning streak here? But I don't know. Tony Gonsolin here is 6-0 with a 1.59 ERA, and Dodgers. I wouldn't think that Dodgers gonna just let that get blanked again. And Johnny Cueto's 0-2, but he's got a 2.92 ERA, so that's not too terrible. So let's see, maybe he gets win number one, but who knows? And Gosling gets his first loss, or he stays undefeated like Keegan Thompson for the Cubs. All right, we got the next game. We have the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. This game is in Milwaukee. The Phillies walked it off last night, got 2 home runs off of Josh Hader, which was good for me in fantasy because I'm playing my friend Dan, who has a sumbitch, and hey, not that I hate Josh Hader, he's one of probably the best closers in the game right now. I'm not saying all times, but we'll see. Brewers are a tough team, but Phillies, are one of those teams. They got Aaron Nola on the mound today, so and it's gonna be a tough game here. Phillies and Brewers, really solid game. Probably definitely must watch baseball game. Definitely if you're a fan of either team, but or if you're just betting, or if you're just like I said, you just like to watch sports. We got the Red Sox and we have the Angels. Angels last night had a chance, but the Red Sox came out there in extra innings and won the game. So, Red Sox have a 7-game winning streak. Angels have a 13-game losing streak, and Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani after the game came out and started basically said it's on us now, players. We got to step up. Joe Madden got fired because of us, and if we don't step up, man, we got to be better. And you know what? I mean, I admire that Mike Trout, but now you kind of got a groin injury, so I mean, I don't know if you're gonna be out there tonight. But they got Nasty Nate Eovaldi pitching for the Red Sox, and yeah, Reed Detmers here is 2-2 with a 4.20 ERA. At 4.20. But yeah, Reed pitched well. He had a really good game early in the season, but he's kind of I don't know. He hasn't been that same. So maybe he has some magic here tonight at home. Maybe they stop the 13-game slide tonight. But I don't know. That's gonna be tough because the Red Sox have been playing quite well, pitching well and hitting well. So gonna be a interesting game in Anaheim tonight. We have the New York Mets taking on the San Diego Padres. The Mets, man, the Mets have really Mets have been solid here. They're 38 and 20, 19 and 12. Padres are 34 and 22. You got Chris Bassett on the mound for the Mets. Sean Manaea for the Padres. Bassett is another one of those pitchers that was pitching well, but last couple of games he's been kind of had some rough outings or just didn't get enough run support. And Sean Manaea is 2-3 and with a 3.77. So I mean both these guys are almost close to fours. But both pitchers, when they're on their game, they are very solid pitchers. So let that be known. And last but not least, we have the Rockies taking on the Giants. We have Alex Wood taking on Cincinnati. The Rockies got a win last night, 5-3 against these Giants. So we'll see about tonight here. Alex Wood is 3-5 with a 4.66 ERA, and Centelzia is 2-3 with a 5.40 ERA. So guys that ERAs tells you that they give up runs and hits. So yeah, so basically now Kansas City now leads 7-3 now here. The Kansas City Royals are finally gonna get a win here against against these Blue Jays that have been Blue Jays been hot. I mean, good thing I didn't pick because I was gonna pick Blue Jays because I was I wanted to pick the Royals. And like I said, I had the Royals and I had the Miami Marlins as my two sleeper teams. The Royals in the American League and the Marlins to possibly make some noise, possibly make the playoffs, but be kind of like sleeper teams. The Royals, they're down, 17 and 37, 9 and 19 at home. about to make it 10 and 19 here. If they can hold on here, they're in the bottom of the 7th here, so. And then, like I said, there's no NHL playoffs till tomorrow, where Tampa ties it at 2 apiece. So the Colorado Avalanche is going to get a lot of rest. And then the NBA, we got obviously Warriors and Celtics. We have WNBA tonight. We have WNBA tonight here where we have the Indiana Fever. I mean, they shouldn't even call themselves a Fever because they are 3-10 on the season. Going into Connecticut to face the Connecticut Sun. Connecticut Sun is 9-3 on the season. That game will tip off at 7 Eastern time tonight. And then the last game of the night is the Chicago Sky, defending WNBA champions, the women's champion. You're taking on the Washington Mystics, team that is playing solidly well this year. The Sky is 7-3, and the Mystics are 7-5. So definitely going to be a great game. The game will be on at 8 Eastern. Game will be televised on CBS Sports Network. Some notes from the WNBA here. The Los Angeles Sparks has fired Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher was trying to turn this Los Angeles Sparks team around, and they fired him. They're struggling to win games, and the Excited Dream acquire guard Dury from the Liberty. And then last night at the Minnesota Lynx and the New York Liberty game, they had pro-life protesters rush the court, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to go into, I mean, everybody has their things to do, but I mean, interrupting NBA, try to wake people up is, I'm just going to say, it's hard to wake people up. If people are stuck in their ways and only believe certain things, and it's kind of hard to shake people's perspective. The Celtics are wearing important shirts in support of Brittany Griner. And Brittany Griner, she's able to respond to emails and letters. So, those that don't know, she was detained in Moscow, Russia, in I think it was late February. On well, I don't know exactly all the charges, but I know it had something to do with they called it the hashish pins, but I think it's one of those one of those weed pins and shit, where it's concentrate in there and all that. So, and then now the New York Liberty, Vagina Lanny here, she's gonna be out 8 weeks after knee surgery now. So that certainly hurts for the New York Liberty after trading a guard and now losing. All right. With that being said, now let's get in. Let's get to business here. Let's get to what everybody wants to hear. They want to hear the plays and the parlay here we're gonna make today here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take plays, and then out of all the plays that we select and we're gonna take the best ones that we believe that we can cash. I mean, not know that's guaranteed. Oh. Oh, so Whew. All right. Sorry about that here. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I had to go outside. There was an accident outside. People were luckily they're okay. But yeah, there was an accident outside, and I had to go and make sure people were okay. All right. All right. So let's see. Let's go with our plays and leans and. All right. So let's look here. We got Diamondbacks and Reds. I mean, last night they went over 10 runs last night. So I'm kind of I'm kind of leaning my play towards the Reds here. The Nationals and the Marlins. I'm kind of leaning to the over 7.5. Is it mashed up? Yeah, hold on. All right. So our lean is the over 7.5 here in the Nationals and Marlins. But yesterday the lock was the Marlins run line here, and we're leaning Mariners. We're leaning Mariners to the money line here tonight over the Astros as far as the play here. Like Logan Gilbert here, and Cubs and Orioles. I'm leaning the Cubs on the run line tonight here. Um, the Rangers and Guardians. I'm gonna lean with Shane Bieber in the Guardians tonight. I'm leaning with them right now. We have the Cardinals and the Rays. Kind of went with the under 7.5. Not really sure about that one. Just kind of, that's what kind of I feel the play might be, or my lean is right now. Not necessarily going to be going into parlay. The A's pitcher here. I figured maybe go with the A's pitcher. He's a little bit of an unknown guy, so maybe he has a good maybe he has a little bit of a good vibe. Maybe the A's can win. Maybe stop the peripheral losing skid they're on. The losing slumpy. Then we got Yankees and Twins. I'm leaning the Yankees money line. I know it's minus 185, but Yankees have been really well. So I mean, that's definitely something I would I'm very very Then took the Milwaukee Brewers money line tonight here after a heartbreak last night. Maybe they get one back from the Phillies tonight here. I don't know. That's kind of my lean play. Dodgers and White Sox here. I'm kind of leaning the over 8.5 runs, considering the fact that Dodgers didn't have any runs last night. The White Sox had all the runs, so I mean, and Red Sox and Angels. I don't know, man. I'm still gonna try to ride the Angels till they break that slumpy here tonight. Taking the money line here. It's just a lean. Doesn't mean I'm gonna necessarily put it in there with a parlay here, but definitely a lean my way there. We have the Mets and Padres. I'm leaning Mets here on the money line plus 105. That's not a bad. And then we have then I'm leaning the Mets here, Mr. Mets here, and then we got Rockies and the Giants here. And I'm leaning Giants here tonight after they lost last night. I think yeah. So that's my lean there. Then we have the NBA finals here. I'm leaning towards the plus 3.5 with the Golden State Warriors, and leaning towards the under 213. And that's from the NBA. And then we also have the WNBA as well. We have the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun. And we have the Chicago Sky and the Washington Mystics here. Indiana Fever is plus 815 on the money line. I mean, I would, you know, it's definitely something to put into consideration. That a team isn't playing good, going up against another team that is. But I don't know. I mean, I might take a lean towards the Fever, either the plus 15.5, or even maybe the plus one plus 815. Just I don't know anything about the over unders totals here, so. And then I like the Chicago Sky. I believe in Candace Parker. She's my WNBA fantasy star. She is her last year, and I mean, it's gonna be a tough game tonight, though. Washington Mystics, the Mystics, they can ball. They got Ellen Delavadova. She can ball. She can ball out there. My girl Ariel Atkins, she can ball. So, all right. So that's what we have so far is our lean, our kind of our leans, our plays right now. But now we got to kind of trim it down to what do we want to do. And we'll start with the baseball. Baseball here. what do we feel here? Let's see what game am I not feeling here? I mean, I know the first game would be the Diamondbacks and the Reds, and the Reds have been good for me here as far as on this run line here. So I mean, and then you have the Nationals and the Marlins over 7.5 runs. I mean, and just Marlins have been batting very well here. They've been so that's why I like the over 7.5 here. So got the Mariners, you got the Cubbies, the Guardians. We got the I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna take off this St. Louis Cardinals and Tampa Rays one. I don't. I'm not feeling that one too much here. Um. uh, the other one I might take off. I might take off this Oakland A's plus money line and plus 200 here. Yankees on the money line. Won that here. Got the Brew crew. The Brew Out crew. All right. The Dodgers. Um, it's pretty tough here. Pretty tough. So far we had it for 17. Now we're down to 15. We have to get it down to. We have to get it down to 10. So we have to take 5 more bets off. This segment's getting taken care of. All right, sorry. Shit's been, a lot of crazy things happening. I'll be going to barbecue here pretty soon, but we got to narrow these things down here. Dodgers and White Sox. Do we believe the over 8.5 tonight? I'm gonna cut that one out too here. All right. Then we have the Angels and the Red Sox here. Um, we'll take off the Giants game. Um, take out the Cubs. And we'll take off the Mariners here. And then we just need to take one more off here. Let me take off the under here. And I mean, mm, them just outright win here. Plus, I mean, fuck it. I'm gonna keep that here. I'm gonna keep that Indiana Fever on the money line in the sky. But if I took that off, what? Are you kidding me? That wait a minute. Damn. Wow. Mm. Uh, we did this. Got down to an 8 team here. Cut it down to the 8 team. All right. Uh, uh, what about? We'll do like that. We'll do that. All right. We'll do that one there. Because I'm gonna do like a, I'm gonna put like a crazy one. That's probably not gonna work, but we're gonna do the wild. We're gonna call it. This is Wednesday. We're gonna call it the wild. Wednesday's wacky wild parlay here. So, all right, ready for the response? Come on, come on, come on. All right, there we go. All right. Save it. MLB, NBA, WNBA, parlay, 6-8 here. All right, we took the Reds minus the run and a half here on the run line here. I've been should have did it yesterday here. Spread was 155 here. And we got the Guardians here, believing in Shane Bieber. The Guardians to win by a run and a half here on the run line here. All right. Then we have the Milwaukee Brewers on the money line. See the Brew crew. Punky Brewster and crew. See, plus 105 here. We got a plus 105 there. We got the Angels of Anaheim. We're gonna get the help from the Angels in the outfield tonight, hopefully, Angels on the money line here. Stop the 13 game losing skid tonight here. Then we have the Mets, Miss and Mrs. Mets here. We got that on the money line here tonight. On a plus 105. And then we took the Warriors plus the 3.5 on the spread here. Minus 110. Taking the Fever, the Fever of Indiana, the Fever. We're taking them. No, taking them plus 15.5 on the spread here. That is minus 110. And we're taking the Sky, the Chicago Sky money line. And it's plus 145 tonight. We wagered $1 here. Obviously. Wager. And we're going to cash out here. $500 and $549.94 here. That is the 8 team. This is the first parlay here. This is the first parlay. This is the first parlay here. We'll mark it down here. Number one here. Number one here. We'll do another parlay here tonight. Make a wild and crazy parlay here. Like I said, we'll take the Indiana Fever. We'll take the Fever. I mean, do I want to double down on the Sky here? I mean, why not? Let's just double down on the Sky here. And the finals here. The finals. So we're what's that? I'm gonna make a little bet here, and kind of a bet that may or may not win, but we have all right. Warriors on the money line here. Put that in there. MLB. You could put Oakland A's. Hey, if we do that, we can make that a 4-teamer right there. And that'd be a 4-teamer. Unless I add in. All right. Bobby bitch. Bobby bitch. This is the wild parlay here. Number 2 here. All right. We took the Oakland A's money line plus 200. We took the Fever plus 815. Money line. We have the Chicago Sky money line. That's 145. And then Warriors money line. That's 130, right? I think that was 130. Oh, plus 205. Plus 205 now. Yeah, all right. All right, so we took the Indiana Fever money line, the Chicago Sky money line, Indiana Fever money line plus 815, Chicago Sky plus 145, the Golden State Warriors money line plus 130, and the Oakland Athletics money line plus 205. Those four teams cash. If those four teams cover, that will cash a dollar will turn into $156.26. There we go. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the bets for the day. That is the bets for the day. Sorry that I had to cut this thing a little bit short here and do whatever because my show is important, but lives out there that this some, every day we get a chance to help people in situations that we have to pray that no one gets hurt and that if there is things going that we are able-bodied people to help people, to have faith in people again, to restore that, to know that we're not worthless and that people will go and help people. That's something that today showed me. People will go out of their way, and there was a lot of people that were trying to help. I'll just put it that way. There was a lot of people trying to help people in the situation, and thank God for that, because if we don't have that, then we're all going to be in trouble. But thank God for those people. Hopefully, the games will be going on here today will be awesome and amazing. And like I said, hopefully we might have a chance to win the bet. If not, well, we'll come back again. We're gonna, like I said, we're barbecuing here in about an hour or so. So it's gonna be chill. So I'm gonna get off here so I can chill, relax, get you know get my nerves down a little bit. See shit like that. You get your heart racing a little bit. Get your heart racing a little bit. All right. So I will see y'all mananas tomorrow.